Hey everybody, quick note. Just had this in my mind and wanted to explore it a little bit. I think we keep hearing that, and our language actually declares to us, if we're unconscious about it, that each person is separate. And it's not true. It's not truthful. And we can't say exactly what's going on, precisely, thankfully. But our language and ideas impose boundaries where there's actually transports of deep connection. And so we think like individual humans. Are containers for things like their soul or emotions or psychology or whatever. It's not really like that. Each person is a community. From before the time they were born, through their childhood, even if they are isolated, each human being is a community. And I'm not saying this is a fact. I'm saying it's vastly more true than the fiction that each person's an individual, which is largely a legal fiction and a conceptual fiction. And so, really, there's no way around it. Each person's a community, and it's more of a question of to what degree is their community embodied, right? Are they communal with living places in an authentic way? Are they communal with other human beings in an authentic way? Or ways, right? Or ways that tend towards authenticity, whether or not they perfectly qualify. And animals and plants and life and knowledge and dreaming and being alive, right? All of this. So fundamentally, we are communities, and even someone who's isolated and just watches television and eats food and lives entirely by themselves, that person is still a community. It's just that instead of actual relationships filling the interiority, right, enriching their interiority and connecting them to others, instead of authentic relationships, they have representations, but they're still a community. They continue to be a community in some way, unexpectedly unique to each person and situation, because a person isn't always one way. A person is many ways. In different situations, they're different people, even though some things may remain relatively stable. So yeah, it's just this one thing. Yeah. There's no person who's not a community. And the community could be with just a living place and no representations and no humans. Or it could be with a shack, with a TV, and a lot of empty beer cans and garbage. There's still a community. And it's tragic that we fill that space with representations, but even then, we're still a community. It's just that we're relating mostly with products and frameworks. We're relating with tokens, right? And we're relating with ourselves through those tokens. So that's the communal aspect, right? We don't, even if we relate with ourselves more or less directly in our interior, there's still a communal foundation aspect. It's a whole communal spiral there. Yeah? So this idea that we're individuals, we are separable, but not separate. And that's part of why separating people from others is considered a kind of torture. And unfortunately, this is the kind of torture modern civilization is profoundly adept at both imposing and obscuring. Perhaps one day we'll flip that over together.